Libra. Happy New Year's. I'm Luciani Forte. I'll be giving you your reading for the month of January 2019. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I just left my information below for you guys. Just to give some information on what's going on astrology-wise. There's a new moon in Capricorn coming up, and there is the sun in Capricorn, and additionally, the Saturn is in Capricorn, and there's a lot of grounded energy right now. Very, very studious research, like mastery, self mastery energy here. So this is a really great time to just tap into that and really just clearing some karma, all of the justices that's working out, because Libra is exalted in Saturn. So you guys all about the balances, right? So this is great time to balance some energies. But let's get right into it. So spirit guides, what are Libra's energies and spirit advice for the month of January 2019? This wanted to come out, so let's put it here. All right. So you're definitely giving up some type of burden for the completion of energies here. There's some burden that has been lifted. For some of you, with that 10 of wands there, this could also mean there's some sort of separation that you might have to go through. If this is a lawsuit that you might be going through, that you feel like some sort of trickery that has you lose. But for the most part, let's just get into it. The Six of Earth here in the beginning stage is kind of like you're this generous, stable, giving back, very, very beautiful energy. You're well off. You're feeling like this because, or this is something that you're looking to obtain in your world, to be very um, charitable, very going things about justice, presenting prosperity that's very good for others. Um, Now, for you knowing that's occurring, know that you are definitely a balanced individual. You're getting great justice here. With the Ace of Pentacles here, and or excuse me, your Ace of Earth. What is this Ace of Pentacles in traditional? You're getting this attainment. There's some sort of prosperity or wealth that's here. Don't make hasty decisions about it. Don't get too caught up in your head. Don't be too braggy. Also, this could be a serious energy. Don't be too serious about a situation. Keep it very light. Also, for others of you, this could be possible separations that need to happen in order for you to get to this new, beautiful, perfect attainment and bliss and your goal. Because look, Ace of Fire. You got Ace of Earth and Ace of Fire and Ace of Water here. Whoa, okay. Okay. So this ace of this Ace of Fire here, which is the Ace of Wands in this deck, is kind of like there's a beginning of a creation, a beginning of an enterprise, an invention. Someone is pregnant. You're happy about it. Start of a family or a fortune, passion, inheritance, bliss, but something has to be separated. Or you don't make rash decisions on this. Don't let your pride and arrogance get in the way of this newness that's readily here for you. Because with this energy in the reverse, it's kind of like some old programming needs to die out. Um, for some of you, this could possibly be some sort of lack of communication, someone is not really being too much of a humanitarian, um, like a lack of communication. So that does go hand in hand. And you might be feeling like someone's lacking to be more charitable, to be um, that gracious, generous energy, and you're just kind of reflecting on it. Like, how can they be so selfish or something? Um, or some sort of solidarity. Someone's not who they say they will. The messages are about to come in quick, though. All of this newness that's about to occur, Libra, is coming actually very quickly than you expected, or it's going to come out of absolutely nowhere and with the quick. And with the three of water in a reverse here, it's like you better get ready. Don't let your excessiveness of anything get in the way of it, is what your spirit guides is saying. Don't let your pleasures and enjoyment get in the way of your charitable causes. If you guys are into nonprofits, the nonprofit sector, or grant writing, or whatever relating to like the greater good of somebody, if you're an artist, something that's giving back in a way, you don't want your personal pleasures to get in the way of this either newness or um that solidarity, that humanitarian that's inside of you. um Now with the Ace of Water, you're reflecting on happiness, you're reflecting on success, you're reflecting on all abundance, happiness, happy family, happy life. And with the Four of Fire, there's a success that comes out of it. There is a success that comes in with such beautiful and grace. There's also some sort of harmony and peace and some sort of safe haven. It's a haven out of all of the refuge, like out of the, whatever you think that's like warlike or out of refuge, is safe for you to be there. Um, Now with that Ten of Fire, there yet again, there's some sort of treachery or separation. I think that you gotta separate in order for something new to come in. It might be separating from maybe a career that's nonprofit based or of some sort of humanitarian or communication type of energy, maybe journalism or grant writing. Yep, and you gotta fight for it. There's someone's being too overly confident, and you're like, yo, it's getting in the way of the like what we're trying to do, what we're trying to do for the community or trying to do here. Their overconfidence is getting in the way of it. Their heads getting big, and they're not realizing like, yeah, you're winning in life. You're being very charitable. At the same time, something is starting to lack because you're feeling like that. Somebody's not being as charitable. It could be you, and you might feel like I'm not being as charitable, so let me become charitable. But someone's arrogance about it, or like, yeah, it's like that individual, like, I do this and I give out to the Red Cross every year and I am this wonderful person. Don't be that guy. um, you know, but for most part, there's some sort of like victory that happened, but it's like you're not being empathized. Someone's not being empathized, or empathy is here. With the star card in the reverse, um, don't lose hope. Okay, Libra, whatever you're going through, whatever the situation is that you have to separate from, or if it's not working, something is just is obstacles and confusions. Um, you really don't want to lose hope in it. For others of you, don't lose hope in the sense of because of your pessimism. or being stubborn. This is also someone who's very stubborn, very pessimistic, and they're very vain and egotistical. And overconfidence is here. So you might feel so like this ego is so big because you're in a good place in your life and you're able to give to others, but maybe you're not and you're feeling like you're not. But the messages is coming in quick. With the Seven of Wands here, the messages are coming in quick. Um, but with the Seven of Wands here, that is clarifying the Ace of Earth, these new blisses and prosperities that are here is kind of like you have to have the courage to face any difficulties that's coming your way. There's a stiff competition here, or war or trade. So there's some sort of success against opposition, okay? And it's going to bring forth new blisses and prosperity for you. But with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, with your Ace of Fire that's clarified, it's kind of like you are fighting dirty. Some of you also could be in, I would say, in this particular sense, someone's using too much power, some that's leading to these obstacles and disasters, someone who's a tyrant. So there somebody got a big head. Somebody's in a good position and they're facing obstacles and they're fighting and they have this ego and pessimism about them. Hmm, let me think. Ace of Swords here, there's a disaster or some kind of someone's using too much power because they are coming into all of this newness. Okay. Um. So let's finish this out. So we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You're starting to start realizing that these messages are coming in quick. Um, Also, with the Nine of Swords, you might feel suspicious about these quick messages or even doubtful of them. They're good messages. You don't have to doubt them. They're definitely good for you. Um, you don't have to definitely doubt them. And yeah, some sort of suspicion that you have surrounding something that's coming in that's really nice. Okay. Um, I think because you had to face so many obstacles that you're literally in suspicion mode and lack of faith, some kind of pessimism, and it's coming and beautiful because there's such hasty decisions that were made that you had to start fighting opposition. Okay, Libra, there were just hasty decisions that were made. Also, for some of you, you might be dealing with someone who is just too egotistical, too pessimistic. Um, and they're like kind of getting in the way of your quick messages and things to be received. They're yet again they're just so just using their power against you for your new beginnings and you have to fight against it all the time, but you still kind of feel like it's this adversity that goes on because they're like trying to be domineering and just all of these things. Um, or this could just be you just very, very cocky, but at the same time very pessimistic and uptight. Um, with the Eight of Wands here, this excessive or having too much fun kind of energy, um, it's going to basically be some kind of hope that comes out of it. Okay. That's the eight of wands again coming in your spirit advice when you have the Eight of Wands here. There's quick messages, there's hope here, there's movement in affairs. There's love might be coming in out of nowhere and just hit you like Cupid. Like don't block it though. If that happens, this is falling in love energy. If that is the case, don't block it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be suspicious of it. Flow with it. Don't fuck that up. Love is a good thing, you know. Libra, you still air energy. Don't be too much in your head about it. Enjoy it. Excessive physical enjoyment and pleasures. So you might be coming now. This being a spirit advice, this is good. I read this as being really like you are excessively in love. Some of y'all are falling in love with somebody and it is beautiful, but it might be so excessive that you're starting to see that you have to fight against some kind of adversity. And they're like, yes, they're very charitable at the same time. They have like this big ego. Um, Others of you, this could be work related. Like you just start coming into all of this new businesses and excessiveness of business where it's like, wow, I didn't know it was coming in this quick. Um, Yeah, with the tower in the reverse, how you're feeling is interesting because you're feeling imprisoned to somebody who's not really charitable, who doesn't really think about humanity. You're feeling okay, so huh, somebody in your environment or you are feeling like I'm not in, it's like an imprisonment that goes on here, and you might can't say too much to them because you feel like they have this power and they're a tyrant and they can really block your businesses and enterprises. And they might even have like all of these different new messages and beginnings and everything like that. But yet again, there's some sort of shame and doubt still from them, or you feel like imprisoned to this person. Interesting. For others of you, you fall in love, don't block it because you probably did have a separation in the past that left you hopeless and you had to really fight against oppositions of probably the new beginnings and even become some kind of not tyrant, but someone who you had to be overpowerful now because you had this new beginning and you fall in love and then you might just be afraid of it, but it's good. Okay. The Four of Swords, clarifying the safe haven, it's kind of like telling us to don't worry, everything's going to be just fine because you're resting, you're in solitude, you're in that hermit's mode, you're in that higher mind, and you're realizing that is a safe haven for you. Okay, there's some sort of imprisonment. I'm not sure why because it seems like you guys are you're pretty good. There's some sort of separation that occurs at the very end. And with, wow, there's definitely a separation. There's a completion here. A completion here. Or that also means that a completion needs to happen, or there's somebody fearful of separation. And I said that in the beginning of your read, and you might have to separate and all of this newness to come in, but there's some sort of fear of change. Somebody is attached to one place or profession, stubbornness. Someone's very stubborn. If you are stubborn, you might have to detach from that. Listen to your spirit advice. Okay? Don't let your excessiveness for personal pleasures get in the way of all of this new love, new messages, new everything that comes in an explosion. Okay? It comes in quickly, but don't let you might even get in the way of it if you choose to keep choosing these pleasures, these excessive pleasures, or this imbalance that occurs, okay? So just watch out for that. But you guys, I thank you so much for coming to this channel this month. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all next month. Happy New Year's.